Ladies and gentlemen, happy Blue Day and welcome to Softball Sunday. We've got some Bob Marley for you today. Three little boys, namely Brandon, Billy, and Jenna. Don't pretend for 1 second that you haven't seen the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This video is for my new and dear friend, Coach Rick Turner. He is the head coach of the Jamaica national basketball team. It's their goal to make it to the Olympics in 2024. It's like cool, right? Never mind. I'm sure he's heard that a million times. But here's a fun fact. He worked for the Sonics in the early 90s and hence was Jeff Ament and Eddie Vedder's ticket hookup. Coach Rick and I had a pretty fun conversation over on his channel recently, and I will post that link in the description should anybody be interested in that kind of a good time. And without any further ado, here we go. Beginning with the refrain, we only need two chords. I haven't said that word in a long time. A and D. We're going to play two measures of A. You can count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then count to 8 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch to D for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back to A for 8 beats. You can strum however you want, but reggae likes to live on the 2 and the 4 beat. And by that, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, or the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 8 beats in the case of counting to 8, but a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The hardest thing to do is to count to 4 to count yourself off, and the first thing you do is nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe say nothing to yourself or something so that you actually do something when you're supposed to do nothing. If you like it that way, notice how I made those chords staccato or short. I only squeeze right when I strum, and right when I'm done strumming, I unsqueeze, and that's what keeps those chords in check. Taking that idea a step further, since if you're playing by yourself that might seem a little sparse, what you can do is just lay your hand over the strings in A position, because we're gonna squeeze, but get your right hand going. Just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and we're going to count our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice my right hand did not change what it was doing. It was just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I squeezed on 2, 4, 6, and 8. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and switch to D. Same thing. In D position but not squeezing, back to A. So that'll fill it out a little more for you. Or you might want to capture some of those melodic elements with the organ. If you play your A, but give it a bump bump instead this time, and then we want our G string to go 2, 4, 2. Mind you, I've abandoned the A shape now. And then the B string 5, 2, G4, G2. So slide up to that G4 to be extra fancy. You might do that just at the beginning so everyone knows what song you're playing when you just play a couple A chords. When you get to the D chord, the organ does a sus2, and on the D chord it just means take your middle finger off. But you had asked me, Rick, if your name isn't Rick, just pretend it's Rick for a second. I'm now talking to you, Rick, how to expand your horizons or begin to expand your horizons on the guitar. Here is something to hopefully begin that for you. I don't know much about your playing, but maybe this will be helpful. It is one of the laws of nature that if you have two guitar players in a band, it is illegal. It is immoral even that they both be playing the same exact thing, because then why would you have two guitar players in the band? So let's pretend, Rick, that you're going to be playing with a friend who's going to be playing A and D down here. How would we play A and D a different way to, make more sonic range there? Follow my logic. If we take our little F shape, 1, 1, 2, 3, and we move it up 1 fret, it's F sharp, then G sharp, then A. Our baby F shape on frets 5, 6, and 7 is an A chord. So you could play it here while your friend plays it down here. When we're going to switch to D, follow this logic. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. An A shape on the D, G, and B strings on the 7th fret is a D chord. So now we've got an F shape on frets 5, 6, 7, and an A shape on fret 7. So here's your part for your duo jam, Rick. You can throw in your pinky on the G string to our D chord and back to A, if you like. The chords for the verse, the part other than the refrain, there's only 2 parts in this song, are A, E, back to A, then D, and then it's almost the same except the last D and A are switched. So A again, E, D, and A. If you want to do the up the neck version, here's your clue. That's D on the 7th fret, D sharp, E is going to be on the 9th fret of the D, G, and B strings as an A shape, so you might go A, E, back to A, then D. Second half, A, E, D, and A. That's the most un-Bob Marley ending ever. And, Rick, we briefly discussed scales. This is the question of, how do I put this song on the stereo and then do stuff other than play chords to it? How do I do the fills? How do I do a guitar solo, so to speak? And I'll start you off. This song is in the key of A. Every key has a scale, has a couple of choices actually for that you can use to do a guitar solo. We're going to use the F sharp minor pentatonic scale. It's got a big long name, but it's actually pretty easy. It's the E string 2nd fret, and then the 5th fret, followed by the A string 2nd fret, and then the 4th fret. Same thing on the D string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, G string as well, 2nd fret, 4th fret. The B string goes back to the 2nd fret, 5th fret routine, and so does the baby E string, 2nd fret, 5th fret. So the whole thing is 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. And the cool thing about this scale is that you can play any of these notes over any of the chords during any of that song, and none of it will sound wrong. You don't even have to know what you're doing. So your homework, Rick, is to memorize that shape, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5, and with no intention whatsoever, just play any note in any order at your speed, no rush. You're just getting familiar with the positions and the frets and the strings, and in time, you can start to do stuff on purpose. And this has been your care package, Rick. Thank you again for a really wonderful time last week. Everybody, if you love basketball, if you love Jamaica, or if you love guys named Rick, go check out his channel. Go check out our conversation. It was a good time. Happy Softball Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful. Goodbye.